Peace, peace, my peaceful people. What's good? It's your brother, man. Say I knew. We are back, right? We're back. This time we're going to talk to my Scorpios first, right? Peace, peace, y'all. First let me say thank you to my new subscribers, right? Thank you to anybody who's been liking the videos, who's been sharing the videos and commenting. Much love and appreciation for you. Definitely, I don't say it enough, right? So, because I be forgetting. I be, trying to get on to the next thing, right? But, when I slow it down, that's when I remember that, y'all did me something good. So, peace and peace to y'all. All right, so I ain't going to be labor to talk too much, right? We're going to get right in to see what's going on. All right, let's talk to God. This is for the cycle of Heru, which begins today, right? February 11th. We got Sebek Temchas. Sebek Temchas on the table. Sebek Temchas. Wajet Tuchas. Sebek Tem Wajet Tu, right? With Nekabet on the bottom in the Tem. Okay. A lot going on, right? Oh, he never wrote it down. Scorpios. Right, we got Sebek. Tim Chas to the Wajet. To Chas. Alright now. Alright, that's what it looked like. Sebek, pardon me. Sebek Tem Chas, Wajet Tu Chas. Okay, so Sebek Tem, right? And the Wajet is the combination, right? So this is heat, right? That is, okay, communication is Sebek, right? So this could very well be an argument, right? Or someone getting mad at something somebody says, right? That type of thing, right? Oh, I'm mad at them because they said this. Mad is, Wajet, right? Wajet is like a hot, fiery energy. Right? It could come, physical, or it could come mentally, right? This could be something that's sitting inside somebody's head. This could be something that, someone is, planning, right? In terms of ambush, things like that, right? Sebek is not seeing the whole, right? So, there are aspects of a thing that, are not seen here, right? Aspects of, someone's consciousness, right? Someone's, what's on someone's mind can't be seen right here. But what I get is like an argument, right? I get some level of, disagreeable conversation, right? Or, or disagreeable, words, or words that are taken in a disagreeable manner, right? Someone who disagrees with you, that type of thing. Or you could be disagreeing with somebody, right? Something like that. Right? So, when Sebek is Tem, okay, that calls for, a purification of the way that we're thinking, right? That calls for us to rethink something, right? When Sebek is Tem, as the horns out there there was 3 of them too. As the horns say, Sebek needs to be, the thoughts need to be kind of rethought, right? There's something you need to rethink here, there is something, that is, perhaps, causing some level of angst somewhere. You know what I'm saying? That's how it comes, Perhaps someone is talking reckless, right? Perhaps someone is, talking in a way, that someone don't like, right? Someone is offended, right, by the way that someone is communicating. Something like that, right? Y'all gotta break it down. Y'all gotta look at your life, look at what's going on, see what's happening, right? Look out for some level of rough, tough, harsh communication this week. All right? All right, let's talk to the I Ching. Straight. Straight stress. Straight stress, open stress. Straight stress, open stress. That's 2 on the bottom. Lines 2 and 3. Stressed, open. Closed, open, closed, open. Open, close, open. That is hexagram 60 into hexagram 63. Okay. Limitation into after completion. Okay. And that's what that looks like. Hexagram 60. Lines 2 and 3 stress turning into hexagram 63. Alright, so for hexagram 60, the theme is limitation. Okay? This is about when, the overall theme of the hexagram of limitation is that, here is where someone needs to apply some level of discipline or focus onto something, right? It could be, that you doing something too much and you need to stop, right? It could be, that you need to do this every day and your limitation is that, that's the sacrifice that you have to make because you're maybe seeking a goal, right? Something like that, right? Here, the second line is the line that says it's time to move, right? Whatever you're thinking about, it's no longer time to sit down. It's time to move. So, you have to, kind of turn your energies towards movement, perhaps after a time of being limited, right? A time of not moving, right? Let's see what the praxis is talking about this line here. Reading from Shekham's I King Praxis. Alright. Give me a second. Give me a second to get there. Alrighty. Alright. Okay, no, that's the wrong one. We close, folks. We close. Okay. Well, Shechem doesn't say anything much more than I said about that line. He says, "Time for action. The time for action has come. Do not hesitate. Be disciplined." That's what we get. All right, that's. I'm sure there's more to be said. Let's see what the scrolls say. Right, this is Chu and Sherelle's I King. I was about to say I King scrolls. The Astrology of the I King by Chu and Sherelle. Right. Let's see. We got hexagram 63, which is after right before that, right, is hexagram 60, which is limitation. Okay, so at line 2 of limitation, where my old man's at? Okay, we have not going out of the inner gate and courtyard, misfortune, right? Okay, so the line says someone is not going out of the thing. They need to go, right? That's what Shechem said. They need to get up and go, right? Line 2 is a strong line in a weak place, so cannot assert its strength properly. It also suggests, boy, I'm reading stuff. What's my setback is going on? It is also held back by the strong line 5. these restraints will definitely limit the potential of these persons and give them the characteristic of holding back when they ought to be taking action. Even though inwardly they have the potential to be leaders, destiny will restrain them and limit their effectiveness. Although he would be talented, this is for the most auspicious, right? So, under the most auspicious circumstances for the individuals who are, feeling lucky, right? In their luck joint, right? Something like that. Although he will be talented, either he will not know how to display his abilities properly, or else situations and circumstances will be such that his abilities will not be recognized or cannot be used. His progress, likewise, will be limited and restrained. He is advised to look inward and improve himself, rather than contest his destiny unsuccessfully in the external world. Right, so this is beating somebody up, right? This is saying that, yo, man, you ain't going to get it, right? You know what I'm saying? You need to just fall back, right? Even though, you're talented, you need to just fall back because some level of development you're not at, right? And that could have something to do with the sebektim. Perhaps it's a matter of knowledge, right? Perhaps it's a matter of this individual who wants to move but is holding back because they don't know how to do something, right? For at least auspicious, he will be moderately well educated but dull-witted and bound by conventions. He will be a poor communicator and will not look for ways to progress, but will stick instead to old and obsolete methods. He will accomplish nothing worthwhile, and his family life will lack felicity. Okay, for officer and official, following old methods will lead to difficulties. He should innovate and initiate activity. Business and professional, as above, right? So this is Second just summed it up and said, yo, get moving, right? It's time to move, no more time to chill, right? For ordinary people, he may miss a favorable opportunity by sticking to old ideas. Okay. All right. So, yeah, not much different about that line. Right? When you possess a potential, you should use it. Okay? So, you know what I mean? Take that to heart. For someone, this is someone not using their potential and they need to, use it, right? Further, for condensations for daily cycles, a blessing will present itself. This is line 2. A blessing will present itself. It will be remiss of you not to take advantage of your good fortune. Okay, so that's what you got to do, right? You got to take advantage of some good fortune that's going down, right? Now, line 3 says, in the E-King praxis, line 3 says, this line is received when there is a tendency to overindulge in pleasure. Misfortune will follow if the indulgence persists. Okay, so this is someone who is about to mess up from being too much in their tweet, right? Someone who is not putting the restraints on their animal, right? Which was the overall reading that we got, right, for the week, right? If you're watching my stuff, you watch my all the readings I did for the week. The major one focus on guiding the animal, leading the animal, right? Leading, putting the kingly leadership of your person in the front and taking your animal by the leash, okay? So yeah, that's this line, right? This line is, definitely, if you don't do that, you will be causing yourself a problem, right? You will be, by not observing due restraint, he will have cause to lament. Okay? This means holding back, right? So, whereas the second line is saying, it's time to move on something, whether it's your talent or some opportunity that comes. This one is talking about you, like how you are doing in terms of your own ability to discipline yourself, right? By not observing due restraint, right? So this is speaking of restraining oneself. Here at the top of the trigram Twi, right? Twi is all about, feelings and, pleasures, right? right? At the top of the trigram Tehuti, the water is above, i.e. the upper trigram is filling the lake to the point of overflowing, indicating that restraints are not being observed. This will obviously bring cause for lament. Here, no blame signifies that one has had no one to blame but himself. Line 3, being weak and having no proper correlate. Okay? Yeah, so, we could go on belaboring this point, right? But it's basically about, restraining, right? Be restraining, right? You have to restrain something, right? And this goes into the 63, right? The 63rd hexagram is after completion, right? After completion, meaning it's like an ending of something, right? When something ends, right? At the end, there is disorder, is the way that this hexagram goes, right? Right, this is, all the lines kind of line up and everything looks good, but then there still has to be a movement. So when things are perfect, the only thing it could move into is, disharmony or something not being perfect, right? Okay, let's read second. See what he's talking about. Right, the judgment. The 63rd hexagram is composed of Khan above and Li below. Although there is clarity of perception as indicated by Li, there is a deficiency in one's processing of the information received as shown by Khan, lack of experience and knowledge. Okay, let's run that back just in case we missed it. The 63rd hexagram is composed of Khan above and Li below. Although there is clarity, this is Li, right? Clarity of perception, right, is indicated by Li. There's a tendency in one's processing of information received as shown by Khan. I'm sorry, there's a deficiency. I said tendency. There's a deficiency in one's processing of the information, like what I just did. Right? Received by Khan, lack of experience and knowledge. Interesting, because that's the same thing that Sebek Tem is all about, right? So this is something I said about not having the proper knowledge, right? This hexagram provides instruction on how to proceed in situations where the general principles of a thing are understood. However, the understanding of their specifics and details is lacking. Right? This is an aspect of the definition of misunderstanding or partial understanding. Okay, so there's partial understanding, right? Sebek Tem, not seeing the whole, seeing the parts, compartmentalizing, right? Honing in on the details and missing the whole. This theme clearly runs through all the lines. Okay. Right, so, okay, let's continue. Since this hexagram also corresponds to the point in a cycle where the movement out of disorder into order, or from the old to the new, is completed, we will apply to it the theme of partial understanding. Okay, in such situations, people can see clearly the general outline of the disorder that has been left behind and the general outline of the present state of order. Because they are not capable of clearly matching the specific manifestations of the disorder and the order, they are easily prone to indulge in errors that can cause the order to revert to chaos. Guidance from a sage or expert thinker is needed to avert danger. Okay, so yeah, all right, so we went from limitation, right, holding back in some cases, making a move in other cases, right, to 63, partial understanding, right, having partial information, going from order to disorder, okay, because of the partial information, right. Maybe this is reverting back to the old ways of lack of limitation, right? Because of lack of education, on how to, correct, things in the subconscious, perhaps, right? there could be, some level of neglect that causes things to revert back to the former way. Right, so this is saying to look out for that. Look out for going back to the former way due to some lack in information or, neglecting something, right? Let's talk to the tarot about what's going on, right? So far we see, so far in linking up the two, we see that, there is a disharmony this week, right? Something is not being seen, right? Something is not being seen. In other words, we're not fully informed on something, right? This is, so far, Sebek Tem Chas is about disinformation, misinformation, right? Not having the full information, okay? Right, Knight of Swords on the bottoms, it's arguments, right? Into the Chariot, that's movement, right? Queen of Swords, that's very well be arguments as well, right? Harsh words spoke. Stuff like that. Alright. Okay. Let's talk up to the Tarot. See what they talk about. Okay, we got the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. The Wheel of Fortune in the re. Right, Wheel of Fortune in the re. On the bottom is the Five of Wands in the reverse. Five of Wands in the re, and no paint is being pronounced right about now. So. Okay, so this looks like conflicts that take the wheel out of the upright, right? Sebek Tem, not having all the information. Why Jet, right? There's something unexpected or not seen, right? Something that could perhaps ambush you, right? Being ambushed through not being able to see everything, right? Needing to discipline oneself, not indulge in, too much pleasure, but let's see, not indulge themselves in this, this could be laziness, right? Because someone needs to move, or someone needs to make a move, right? That's the second line, right? But the third line says they're involved in their pleasures. So perhaps this is someone being lazy, right? Someone needing to make a move now, to get up and go now, to submit a document now, to, do something now, but they're on their most neglectful, tweeful John. Meaning that, eventually resulting in the 63rd, right? The order goes out of the realm of order, right? To disorder. Wheel of Fortune, right? In the reverse, right? Upright, this is order, right? But this is disorder, right? So something goes out of the movement of order this week, right? Five of Wands in the reverse, right? So Five of Wands is conflict. Five of Wands in the reverse could be losing a conflict or a conflict reversing itself. So this is perhaps talking about the way that you maneuver is going to determine whether you win or lose this conflict. Yeah, pretty much, folks. So I'm going to leave it right there, right? That is the reading, right? We're going to say, yeah, that's the reading. And we're going to say peace and love. And, hopefully, what I'm saying, listen, before I say that, right? I'm going to say, because we can always address this stuff, right? There's always a way out of everything, right? It's a matter of, understanding that we have the power to fix things, right? It's not always about, oh, yeah, that's just it, right? No, we can correct things. Okay, so Sebek Tim is get some information, right? If it's something that you're trying to do, right? Think, okay, what am I doing this week that could possibly go wrong? Okay, so go back over your plan, go back over the information, right? You know, look at that email again, pick up that book, and you know, look at this part that you might have missed. Again, go back over what it is that you're doing a couple times, right? So that nothing misses you, so that you don't miss nothing, so that whatever is hidden doesn't jump out and bite you, okay? And that's getting your discipline on, right? But in whatever it is, right, also think this way as well. Focused in your meditations this week needs to be your get up and go, right? When it's time to move, what you going to do? Are you going to wallow in your lazy, haze? Or are you going to get up and go, right? So that's what you have to plug into your subconscious, right? If you have the Sebek bomb tape, that's what you need, right? Sebek bomb purifies your thinking on the matter, right? Concentrate on the matter, chanting the Sebek bomb. That's if you have it, right? If not, chant your Omen, right? Omen Dwau Sebek. That is the main Sebek mantra, right? Get with us, our set, y'all, to get these tapes, right? There is Soundwise. The Soundwise apps helps you to download these things. Also go to Comedic Legacy, right? And I don't know if specifically there's mantra tapes there, but I know they got a lot of stuff, right? There's information on how to deal with the spirit over there, right? So, yeah, dealing with the spirit in these terms, right? That stuff is there. So, yeah, man, get on that so that we don't, have to see this Wheel of Fortune go into reverse, right? Reverse this conflict, right? There's a way out of the conflict if you apply the Sebek right? Apply your Sebek correctly, right? And Wajet, we can translate that to Amen, right? Be at peace, right? Be, what is it that gets you off your square, right? About what's going on, right? Be careful where you're triggered into being off your square, right? And more than that, it's Ham Kasham, right? Do the meditation, right? Allow that vibration to flow through your being, right? And, what I want to say, relieve, whatever the tension is, right? Let that relief dawn upon you, as the solution, okay? All right, now with that, we're going to say peace and love. And we out. See y'all next time.